Have you ever had the wrong idea about someone? For years, I thought my stepbrother Nate was a monster. When he first moved in after my mom married his dad, I was only 14 and he was 16. He'd slam doors, start fights with my mom, and disappear for days. I'd find empty bottles hidden in the backyard and cigarette burns on our furniture. My mom kept making excuses for him, saying he was just processing his own mom's death. But the worst part was how he treated my little sister Penny. She was only 7 and absolutely terrified of him. Whenever he walked into a room, she'd freeze up or run away crying. I started sleeping on her floor some nights because she said she heard him walking past her door, jiggling the handle. One afternoon, I came home early from school and caught him in Penny's room. She was crying while he knelt by her bed. I completely lost it. I tackled him and started throwing punches, screaming that I'd kill him if he ever touched her again. My mom and stepdad ran in and pulled me off. When they asked what happened, Penny just kept sobbing. They sent me to my grandma's house for a week to cool off. I was furious. They were choosing him over protecting Penny. When I got back, Nate was gone. They said he'd moved in with his aunt to finish high school. Good riddance. 10 years passed. I moved out, went to college, started my life. Then last month, Penny, now 17, asked me to come to her high school graduation. She said there was someone I needed to see. When I walked into the auditorium, I spotted Nate sitting in the back row. I started seeing red, but Penny grabbed my arm. "You need to know the truth," she said. Then she told me what really happened that day I caught him in her room. She'd been getting badly bullied at school. Kids were stealing her lunch, ripping up her homework, pushing her down at recess. She was too scared to tell anyone, but Nate had noticed the bruises. He'd been checking on her every day, teaching her how to stand up for herself. The day I walked in, she was crying because she'd finally told him the name of the girl who'd been hurting her. He wasn't trying to hurt her. He was hugging her, telling her he'd make sure it stopped, and he did. He went to the principal, then the school board. He sat in his car outside the school during recess to make sure no one touched her. When that wasn't enough, he started walking her to and from school every day, getting into fights with high school kids who tried to mess with her. The reason he moved out wasn't because of what I did. He left because he'd gotten into a huge fight with the bully's older brother, who was his classmate. He knew if he stayed, it would cause problems for our whole family, so he left to protect Penny. Penny then handed me a stack of letters. Turned out, Nate had written to her every week since he left, checking on her, sending her birthday money, asking about school. He'd even paid for her SAT prep classes secretly through our mom. All those years I'd thought he was this awful person. He'd been the only one truly protecting her. After the graduation ceremony, I walked up to him. He tensed, probably expecting me to start something. Instead, I hugged him. He broke down crying, telling me how sorry he was for being such a mess back then, how badly he'd wanted to explain, but knew I wouldn't believe him. That night, we all went to dinner. He showed us pictures of his own daughter, told us about his job counseling troubled teens. Penny pulled out a college acceptance letter. She'd gotten into the same school where Nate now worked as a guidance counselor. He'd been quietly helping her with applications all year. As we were leaving, I apologized for judging him so wrong all those years. He just smiled and said, "You were trying to protect her too. That's what brothers do."